See?
That was some sweet rhymes.
That was sweet rhymes.
There was no rhymes.
Gonna give it to your girlfriend. Gotta cough up your pubes.
Did you say I'm gonna cough up your pubes?
Your puke.
It sounded like pubes.
Whatever. Shut your hole. Alright, let me sit back a little. We got room. Look at all this room. We got room, motherfucker. Got room.
It's so spacious.
It's saved into a file called sample. I hate this waiting part. This is what happened last time. Up here, right here.
See.
Right here. Right here.
I was doing that for a long time.
Right here. Right here. Let's go. Come on. Bad, right here. Bad, right here. Get right here. Oh, good job, Mountain Goat. See how long it takes him to show up. Right here. Right here. Come on. Bad. Right here. Let's go. Bad.
1,
Bad.
2, 3, 4,
Bad.
5, 6, 7,
Oh,
8,
boy.
9, 10,
Off.
11. That's a
There you
10-second
go.
delay. So, what do we do to make it live?
Hit this button.
Hell yeah.
So there's people sitting there looking at the webpage right now. And they'll see it. So Mikey Gamer, not TV. Yeah.
Everybody's got a
So if they go here,
song.
they'll see this thing and then click on it and they can start commenting. And as they're commenting, it's interesting. It preserves the comments in the log.
Yeah.
So you can see the event. You can't see the video, but you can see the comments. Like everything everyone typed. So it's like seeing one half of a conversation because I'm saying things and people just see like, oh really? That's cool.
You guys are gay.
Well, that's not weird.
Well, that's
For people to
what
say.
they're gonna say.
Yeah. Adam's gay. So the camera's right there if you want to try to look at it.
Oh, I know.
Oh, I know, motherfuckers.
I know where the camera is, Jeff.
We should start out like that. E.D. I want to see your finger. What's your finger look like? Your finger is quite a bit rounder. Mine's kind of like square.
Mine's sexy.
Let's see. Come on. Do it. Mine's kind of like ovular. Is that a word? Ellipsoidal?
And mine, where's mine's perfect?
You don't need to wait till it shows up.
No way. That's how long I wanted to look at it. All right, here we go. 1 minute.
It's like a pancake thing. Maybe that's why I have all these medical problems.
Flat fingerness?
Yeah. Oh, there's a girl on the bus whose thumb ends here. Like right above the knuckle is her nail.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've seen that before. It's kind of gross. There it is. Hey! Are we doing it?
Are we doing what?
Are we doing the live podcast right now?
I think we hit the start button.
So that means we are?
There's allegedly only one person watching, which is weird.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Type if you can see and hear us. It's gonna be epic.
What does that say?
Oh, he's still lagged.
This live event will begin
that whole
in
lag
0.
thing. So yeah, there's like 10-second lag. So we watch ourselves like 10-second delayed. Yeah. So we're live.
I guess we are live.
This is our first live podcast. We are going to try and put the audio and the video up, archived on YouTube and iTunes.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're listening on iTunes, we did this live on wackygamer.tv. You can go participate. We scheduled the event live.
This is happening right now. Our life is this interesting.
But we figured why the hell not, because YouTube will let us do it, and
Yeah, might as well try.
So, what do we want to talk about first?
We haven't talked in a while. I'd like to talk about Sucker Punch.
Oh, before that, I want to talk about what an asshole you were on the Drunken Podcast.
What are you talking? I wasn't an asshole
You
at all.
didn't listen to anything.
I listened.
No, you're like, oh, no, you listen to me.
I was listening to everything.
Yeah, whatever.
You know what? I did 2 shots of nugget juice.
I did one.
You did what? You did the friggin' Coke, the
Rum and Coke. Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah, you did the easy one. I did the nasty ones.
Well, whatever. You're just not much of a man. You can't handle your chicken nugget chunks.
No, you see, I wasn't an asshole during the podcast. Right? You were just a pussy. That's the difference. You got them confused.
Oh, whatever.
Well, let's ask them. Who thought that I was an asshole during the podcast? Nobody. Clearly, nobody said anything.
Everyone's gonna see you cleaning your ear out, which is pretty awesome.
Well, whatever. I clean my ear out. Hey, look at that.
Okay, so Sucker Punch.
Okay, Sucker Punch.
Since you want to talk about,
I do.
I could give a shit. No, I was gonna go see it.
Mm-hmm.
Plans fell through, and now it looks like it's not in theaters.
Yeah, for Just Cause. That movie made no sense at all. Like, no sense at all. At the end of the movie, we leave the movie, we're just like, what? I don't get it.
Who's we?
Me and Casey.
Okay, your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm. It was like...
Now, she's a nerd.
She's a nerd.
So I don't want to discount her because she's a girl or anything. Blimey will probably kick my ass if I do. But she is a hardcore nerd. Like, she reads comics and...
Yeah, she reads comics.
Knows a lot about...
Plays Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah. No, the whole movie is like a flashback inside of a parallel universe inside of another story. It doesn't make any sense. It's just gibberish.
Were the visuals good?
Awesome. That was the one thing.
So was it worth seeing for the visuals or not worth $11 or whatever?
I don't think it was worth $11.
Yeah.
It's definitely worth renting. I would rent it and be like, oh, dragons. Like that's basically the movie. Oh, there's a robot.
Someone said Inception ?
Yeah, it's kind of like Inception, but even more poorly written.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I have problems with Inception.
Yeah, see, I refused to see Inception because I figured it was going to have problems.
Yeah, it was, I don't know.
Who's Adam's girlfriend going to be after Casey, Blimey asked? And JD said, Adam, well, and me. It's
I think
me.
you.
But see, it's not really a girlfriend when it's just like a constant lifetime companion. Me.
You're my constant lifetime companion?
Yeah, like...
Oh my God.
When we have problems in our relationships, you gotta fall back to something.
Yeah. This is the closest I've ever gotten to contemplating suicide. The notion that you're my constant lifelong companion.
That's true.
Yeah.
So you saw Sucker Punch,
Yep.
which looks like it's gonna turn into a rental for me.
Yeah.
Finally, I rented Tron.
You rented
on
the
Blu-ray.
Tron.
Yeah. And I gotta say, I enjoyed it. It was fun.
It looked cool. I was thinking about watching it when I was on an airplane.
I had zero expectations.
Yeah.
Right? So I went in blind. I'm like, I'm going to go watch this movie and enjoy it for what it is. And, there's certainly some plot holes and some things I had issue with, but it was fun.
Yeah.
It's worth renting for sure.
Yeah. Did you, what's his name? Jeff, what's the guy in that?
The guy?
Yeah, the character. The guy he was in the dude.
Oh, the dude, the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges?
Yeah.
Yeah? So did you have any problem with Jeff Bridges and the young Jeff Bridges?
I had a problem with the CG.
Yeah.
But just the CG did not look that good.
Yeah, with him looking young?
Yeah, well, there were a couple scenes where it was passable, but then, he becomes a major character. The first few scenes you see him and he's on the screen for 30 seconds. And then he's gone, but... Later on, you see him in whole scenes, full on minute, 2 minute dialogue scenes where they're talking to each other, and it looks horrible. But that's okay because I wasn't expecting anything.
Yeah,
I was sad to see the light cycle take as little of a role as it did, but the light cycle scene
was there not much?
No. I mean, it was basically two scenes of really 5 minutes.
You know, well, that's kind of my thing with Tron. It's like I don't know, how relevant is it now? Where it's like because that Light Cycle game, that was a real computer game at the time. You know, I mean, did they also play Pong in it or anything? Frogger?
No Frogger. No.
No. You think the worst thing for Jeff Bridges would be he's stuck in that universe that's basically 1980, 85 kind of technology for the rest of his life.
Well, they do improve the light cycles.
Well, yeah, they improve the light cycle.
I mean, there was a tech upgrade.
I think I'd rather be stuck in, in PlayStation. At least then, you get some.
PlayStation 1?
It'd be better than being in Tron. There's only two colors in Tron.
I'd take a PS2.
I'd take PS3.
Well, I'd take PS2 because there's better games on PS2.
Well, yeah.
So there'd be more cool universes to be stuck in as opposed to like Resistance or Uncharted. Those are my two.
I'd be hanging out in Grand Theft Auto.
There was Grand Theft Auto on PS2?
Yeah, on PS3 too, and the graphics are better and I could do more stuff.
Barely. Okay, anyway. See, PS2 is better, says JD. So fuck you.
Well, thanks JD for throwing me under the bus. What's everybody else saying?
Nothing useful. Damn dots. And Mega Man. JD is pretty much just like typing stream of consciousness. Like
I like him.
I like poop. And he's like, okay.
JD likes poop too. I like poop.
You do.
He does.
Proof that Adam loves killing hookers is that you love Grand Theft Auto.
Well, yeah, duh. Who doesn't like killing hookers? Somebody asked what the thing behind me is. It's a bunch of wine bottles.
Wine labels.
Wine labels.
It's my wife's thing that she did, craft project. We drank all of those, I think.
Yeah, it's a tribute to their alcoholism.
That's true. Winoism.
Yeah.
Wino.
It's like the pyramid of empty beer cans at my house.
But they're all the same, aren't they?
Well, no. I
you vary between Bud Light and Coors Light.
Mm-hmm. And I hot glued them all together.
Yep.
So that's how I do it.
Why do you want to do that though?
It's art.
So you returned my comics.
Yeah, I returned your comics.
What were they? What'd you read?
Well, what was it? It was the next two of Chew.
Yeah. Chew 2
and Chew 3, and then some Amazing Spider-Man that I'm like, not so much about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the whole. We've talked about it before. It's the whole Spider-Man getting magic powers instead of signs. I'm just not that into it. And then, of course, the Winter Soldier saga with Captain America. Awesome.
Have you read that before?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You were just rereading?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's classic, baby. That's classic.
That's classic. I've been reading Punisher, finally.
Which Punisher?
The Beginning, I think, is what it's called.
Yeah. Punisher Born?
No. I have to look. It's on my tablet.
Yeah.
But I acquired it questionably legally from the internet.
Questionably legally?
I've been watching that, or reading that on the bus. I also read a bunch of Batgirl and Red Robin.
Robin?
Yeah, you found something you were intrigued in the comments.
Well, yeah.
I didn't want to disturb you with my talk of comic books.
Well, it's Thunder3737 was saying that your wife's into wine. Take the hint, she's cheating on you.
Whatever. Thunder is kind of an asshole sometimes, so I just ignore him most of the time.
She really is cheating on.
Did I hear about them making the Star Wars trilogy in 3D?
They're making the Star Wars trilogy in 3D?
He didn't. I've had suspicions.
Are they gonna
But we'll see.
That's gonna be bad.
Who knows? It could be awesome. Could be epic.
Well, do you remember Clash of the Titans, where originally it wasn't in 3D and they tried to make it in 3D? And
yeah,
it looked
the
like
new
shit?
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they gonna make
watched
all
it in
new?
3D.
Are they gonna make all new Star Wars?
No, they're just gonna make the old one.
Exactly.
We'll see what they do, though. I mean, JD says no, it's confirmed. I know it's confirmed. It's whether or not they take the live action scenes and make them 3D or just the space scenes. Because I think the space scenes, I mean, they would remake them and they do them right. But you can't do anything with, 2D footage from 1970 whatever.
I would agree. But, money.
I like how Jordy said kind of an asshole, very nice self-control. I don't have self-control. If you haven't figured this out by now, you haven't been listening to these podcasts.
He called you kind of an asshole?
No, I said it. You forgot already.
It's early for me, man. It's like noon.
You've already been up and out and doing things.
Not much. I ate breakfast. I didn't get any coffee.
So, Blimey wanted to know. We'll answer a few questions.
All right.
Blimey wanted to know, do you guys ever watch Doctor Who?
Yes, actually, I'm going through the whole Doctor Who.
The new stuff.
Well, yeah, the new Doctor Who.
Yeah.
I try watching old Doctor Who, and it can get difficult.
That's why I never got into Doctor Who, but I tried the new season, or new series, I guess, when it came out last year. And, yeah, it's been fun.
2005.
The new? With the new Doctor? No.
Well, there's always a new Doctor, but they started making new Doctor Who in 2005.
No, the new Doctor.
The new Doctor, yeah, I guess a year ago.
It was last year or the year before.
Yeah.
But yeah, the new one's on, I guess, at 5 tonight, Pacific, on BBC America. So I know someone was a little worried that we might not be done the podcast before then because it might cut into their Doctor Who time.
Shit, tick-tock. I love Dr. Young Frankenstein. He looks like Frankenstein's monster.
You're just bitter.
The new Doctor Who looks like Frankenstein.
You're just
He
bitter.
has the Cro-Magnon forehead and stuff. He's like a hipster Twilight Frankenstein's monster. Like, that's what he's like. I like him, though. I really do. It's just he's got the weirdest face I've ever seen.
Oh, so Blimey said the old stuff is a bit painful sometimes.
Yeah. I think the old stuff is.
Yeah.
Like, I find that if I really need to go to sleep, I can watch that, and I will end up going to sleep. Like, at some point.
Yeah.
Like, last night I was
Maybe
watching...
not the first episode, but...
No, probably somewhere in the first episode I'm watching, like... Oh, doctor, I got stuck in a door. Well, now I'm going to come with this, and now I'll play with the door, and now the door will open, and now I'm stuck in the door. It's like, all right, show me the fucking aliens. Like, come on. Keep him... Oh, it's the robot dog coming out. Hello. All right.
So what are the robots' names?
Which ones?
The evil ones.
Which ones?
The race of, like, evil robots. I don't want to say the name.
The Daleks?
See? No, I know.
They're not really robots.
Well, whatever. Daleks. Daleks. I've heard many pronunciations, and my friend Jake gets really pissed off when I pronounce it wrong.
I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Daleks. Let's see who's going to tell me I'm wrong.
You guys put your phonetic spellings in the text.
Spell it phonetically.
But meanwhile, we'll change topics. So I want to get back to comic books. Mm-hmm. If I were to try reading Thor, should I try reading Thor? I guess that's a good question.
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question to pose to everybody, I think. But I would say Thor. I've never gotten that into Thor. I don't find him that relatable. You know, he's like, I don't know. I'm not really a magic guy.
Because I'm gonna see the movie.
Comics. Yeah.
May 6th, and I know it's gonna be awful.
You really think it's gonna be awful?
The Thor movie?
Yeah.
Absolutely, no doubt.
Yeah.
Did we talk about the Green Lantern movie?
No.
Okay. Well, so stick on the Thor movie, and then we'll hit the Green Lantern movie. So the Thor movie, just looking at the trailers, and it's not getting that much support from the studio. Right? I haven't really seen a trailer on TV. I think I've seen it like once.
Yeah.
I've seen some bus ads.
Mm-hmm. Lots of bus ads, lots of posters.
Meanwhile, Green Lantern, I see trailers on TV all the fucking time.
Yeah. Like
multiple shows, G4 and stuff like that. I think it's gonna be like Flash Gordon.
You mean awesome?
Yeah, but awesome Flash.
He saved every one of us. That's awesome.
Yeah, but it's awesome for the wrong reasons. It's not awesome because it's like true to Flash and Flash is like awesome. It's more awesome because of its campy cheesiness.
I guess.
I think Thor's gonna be that. Where I think Green Lantern may be. Have you seen the Green Lantern trailers?
Yeah.
What do you think of them? Because
I think it looks pretty cool.
See, I think it looks cool, but I've seen a lot of people dog on them. And yes, Ryan Reynolds seems like a cheeseball. He is. He was fucking Van Wilder. That being said, it is a great movie. And I did not see the Taj sequel.
It was awful.
But the effects and stuff actually looked pretty decent. People were complaining about that and the take on Green Lantern. And Green Lantern's always kind of been a goofball, smartass kind of thing. In a certain way. But like I think it's definitely going to be a little cornier than people want it to be. But I think it still could be a really fun movie to go see.
Yeah, well, I think, I would think probably for the Green Lantern you had to be a little cornbally because, in the real world, those superpowers that the Green Lantern has look a little funny, probably.
Well,
like a giant green fist coming out of your knuckle.
They look funny in the comic books, though.
Sometimes they can look cool.
But I mean,
like when
really,
Jon Stewart
it
uses
still
it,
is a giant fist coming out of a hand, or a
Jon,
wall coming out.
Jon Stewart wouldn't use a giant fist.
Jon Stewart has Stephen Colbert to help him out.
It would be a robotic fist or something.
Oh, you're talking Green Lantern.
I'm talking about the Green Lantern.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Daily Show.
Mm-hmm.
It makes a lot more sense.
It does.
Did you buy your ticket to Comic-Con yet?
No.
You gotta buy.
I gotta buy a ticket?
A flight, yeah.
You didn't? When did you tell me?
I sent you email. You probably ignored it.
You have my phone number.
You were in New York. I didn't want to bug you, but I remembered, so I sent you email.
Well, that's good. How much did tickets cost?
It's like $7,000 or something like that.
Might as well be.
Under 200.
That's good.
Yeah. We still haven't got a room. We haven't heard on YouTube Next. My guess is we did not make it past that first round of YouTube Next, but we'll see. Oh, I played the new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You gonna tell us about it?
Oh, yeah. See, so, I like it.
Yeah?
It's what I hate about Street Fighter and Marvel vs. Capcom removed.
What, there's no button mashing?
There's no, random 3,000 hit combos. It's way more, minimal combos. You do a special move and you get, maybe 10 hits in. You do a good amount of damage, but it seems like there's an easier chance of recovery, where in MVC in those games, if you fuck up, it's pretty much game over. If you let your opponents get one of those uber combos, you're done. Yeah.
Did you do any fatalities?
I don't know half of the fatalities because they changed all the moves.
Well, they're really hyping up the fatalities on all the.
Well, they have the X-ray. Have you seen the X-ray things? That's where it goes black and white.
No.
So there's X-ray moves. It's similar like the bars on Street Fighter or MVC that fill up as you either do a lot of damage or get your ass kicked a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just you press the 3 buttons and they just execute. There's no crazy button press combos. You just hit the 3 buttons. The opponent can block or cancel you out of them.
Mm-hmm.
But once they happen, it goes into this black and white X-ray mode where it shows the other guy's skeleton. Where you punch in and break their kidneys or rip them out, and it's really graphic but awesome, totally awesome.
That sounds pretty
good. It's worth checking out if you're into fighting games at all.
I definitely want to play it.
I wanted to comment on that because that looks like a good comment.
Well, what's the comment?
I'll let you read it because I've been reading.
I would love to see a superhero movie inspired by Stephen Colbert, played by Stephen Colbert. I agree. I think what would be good is if the Green Lantern movie, they actually got Jon Stewart to play the Green Lantern and Stephen Colbert to play Sinestro.
That'd be kind of interesting.
That'd actually be
maybe
hilarious.
That's a good sequel.
He'd make a great Sinestro.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be about Stephen Colbert.
Oh no, the movie would totally just be about Sinestro.
No, but she
played by
wants
Stephen
it
Colbert.
Steve Colbert as Steve Colbert.
Well, I think that it would be more like they'd reinvent the character Sinestro to be Stephen Colbert.
Maybe they can come up with another lantern color. Maybe there's a
red, white, and blue
lantern that Stephen Colbert can play.
And it's the power of truthiness.
Yeah, but combined, they're basically a yellow. So the Green Lantern has problems with it. I don't know.
It's more like a light purple.
Purple, yeah. It kind of, you would know, very effeminate purple. It's your favorite color.
Well, there's white
Lilac?
in it. You're an aquamarine.
She liked that response.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad you liked the response. I saw something else. Somebody was talking about Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, it's Thunder 3737. He's like, things drawn both always go well. Don't understand any of this.
Things drawn don't always go well in real life.
Oh, there you go.
That's why DBZ movies sucked.
Well, there's a million other reasons.
Yeah, I think
Dragon Ball Z movie
it might be
sucked.
because of shitty writers.
The writing was really bad.
Yeah.
The writing was really bad. It didn't really seem to have much to do with the actual
You saw it, though.
cartoon. Yeah, I watched it on an airplane.
Oh, real quick, I want to answer this. Sermon asked, where does the YouTube Live invite appear? So you can find out by going wackygamer.tv, and at the top, on our banner, the gray part of the banner, there's an uploads and a live button. You can click there, and you can see it there. You can also go to youtube.com/live, and any events that are happening now, and right now there's not a lot because they haven't unlocked it for a lot of people, you'll see an event with our logo on it. Anyway.
That's us.
I just wanted to comment on that before it got lost.
I like this comment. They were saying, who said it? Somebody said, Video Goat said he wanted to see Stephen Colbert as the Riddler in the upcoming
in the new Batman movie.
Batman movie.
That would have been bad. Much better than that fat Riddler we saw at WonderCon.
You notice I didn't put her on the.
I did notice that.
Because I am a gentleman.
Are you gonna make more, or are you done?
With the WonderCon stuff, yeah, we're done with the WonderCon stuff.
People want more. People would even take the half-ass jokes.
Well, I mean, I could put up longer videos, like full interviews with people or something, but
that might be interesting. Just 1 or 2 full interviews,
I could do
uncut.
that.
Put comments if you want it. If we get at least 3 people in the next 5 minutes to say they want it, Adam will do 1 or 2 full interviews with.
There you go. But what else were we talking about? Well, I got some stuff. I've been reading Battle Pope.
Oh, I remembered another one I was reading. Talk about Battle Pope.
Battle Pope is friggin' awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, this Pope is just kind of, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd liken him to Wolverine, circa 1997-ish.
Yeah.
Where he's kind of, he's sweet, but he's kind of like a badass shit that's drinking too much and smoking all the time. That's the Pope, and God gives him superpowers, and his sidekick is Jesus, and he battles devils. It's awesome.
Is it independent? Is it like Image or Top Cow or something?
I don't remember who wrote Battle Pope or
if
who
you
published
remember,
it.
put it in there.
Yeah, if you remember, tell us. So let's look at the comments.
More animal trash. Yes, I want it. JD Connolly agreed. There's your 3.
All right, well, that would be
do it now.
Those would be the 3 people watching us.
No, there's 14 watching right now.
Oh, there's 14.
Yeah.
Hey.
We're kicking ass. So,
we got popular.
Battle Pope reminded me that I don't watch South Park very often, mostly because Comedy Central isn't in my rotation.
That's terrible.
I know. But I finally saw the Easter episode with Peter Rabbit. Did you see that? I don't know if it's a new one or if it's an old one.
That sounds new.
If you guys know if this is a new one, comment so I can correct. But basically, I think it's Stan's dad is in a secret society.
Oh no, that's
of the rabbits.
Yeah,
of the hair club for men.
The hair club. I have seen that one. There's so many South Parks I keep forgetting.
It's an old episode.
It's an old episode.
Yeah, okay.
You're right, Thunder.
But yeah, I finally saw that one. I guess it was timed appropriate because it's Easter.
Yeah, it's Easter.
Very old. Thank you. That makes you very old.
Really.
Having seen it. What?
Anyway, come on.
So no, it just reminded me of that. It was an awesome episode.
Yeah, that was a funny episode.
Comics that I read that was awesome was Bomb Queen.
Bomb Queen.
One of our fans recommended it. It's awesome. A little gratuitous. It's basically a town, a city that had these 4 villains, the queens, and they were like Ice Queen, Bomb Queen, whatever. And they don't tell you right away, but Bomb Queen ends up marginalizing the other 3 or killing them.
Well,
and she
spoiler
becomes,
alert.
Whatever. It's right in the beginning of the book. She's
All
the
right.
only one around. And she becomes the ruler of this city by the fact that she just pretty much terrorizes everybody. And she sets up crime zones. So crime is really only supposed to happen in these zones, but pretty much all the vices are allowed. It's just like a shithole town now. It's a pretty damn good comic. Really, really fun. I highly recommend it. I don't want to say too much more.
Bomb Queen.
Because it's spoilers.
So if you, out of 10, what do you give it?
8.
8. That's actually really good.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Because I don't give 10s.
No,
easily.
10s don't really exist. I think 9.5s exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but 10. Nah.
Yeah.
You know what I read? Final Crisis.
Final Crisis or Identity Crisis?
Final Crisis.
Have you read Identity Crisis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Way back. But Final Crisis was it's the one where Batman dies fighting Darkseid.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Fucking gibberish. Like I was reading it. It took 3 days to read, which is unbelievable. I finish graphic novels usually in about an hour, 2 hours. But this one made so little sense that I would just have to keep putting it down. Because it was, I mean, anybody who disagrees, please comment right now. But they're just bringing up characters that have nothing, like nothing happens with them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's this pattern. The pattern's the way to kill Darkseid. I'm Tattoo Man. I'll tattoo the pattern on myself. Okay, this is gonna get good. This is good. We're not gonna do anything with that now. It's like it happened halfway through the book. They never bring it up again.
Just introduce characters for the sake of introducing them.
Yeah. And here's a spoiler alert for you. It ends with Batman in a cave back in prehistoric time, drawing the bat signal on there. How did he get there? Nobody knows. Like they don't tell you how it happens. It's just like, oh, by the way, Batman's a caveman now.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Speaking of cavemen, did you see the Land of the Lost movie
With Will Ferrell? Yeah.
How bad was it?
It was really bad.
I'm gonna watch it this weekend.
Yeah.
Vagina. That was just a comment.
Yeah, that wasn't just Jeff. For those of you just listening to the audio, that wasn't just Jeff saying vagina for some reason. That's another vagina. Why is there so many vaginas on her thing?
I don't know, but you're gonna.
Ultra kid loves vagina.
Okay, so Ziggy, I want to point this out. Said Stephen Colbert has a comic book called Tech Johnson and has made a few cartoons out of it. That's true.
Yeah, those cartoons are funny. I like those.
I think your idea of Sinestro is a better idea.
I think it would actually make a good Sinestro.
Yeah. And Video Goat said that if you like Bomb Queen, you should check out Hack Slash. Video Goat, were you the one that mentioned it the first time?
Hack and Slash, just got it in the mail. I haven't read it yet. I got the first one.
You bought it online?
Yeah.
Amazon?
Of course.
Or eBay?
Amazon.
Amazon should give us money too.
I think Amazon should give me money based on the probably $500 worth of comic books I bought in the last 4 months.
Yeah, we do love Amazon.
I really do love Amazon. Like, I don't even want to be. I think the only thing that I don't love about Amazon is to get the free shipping. You have to buy like the top priced.
That's what I have.
Things.
What really should happen is you should pay me and then I get it because I have the free shipping.
Kind of a good idea.
Yeah, we should combine our superpowers on that.
It's kind of a good idea because I'm willing to spend like $100 a month on comic books.
So are we going to get the new Star Wars: The Old Republic game for PC? 9.
No, I don't.
Adam hates MMOs.
No, I don't. I don't hate MMOs. I look at them as a potentially addictive thing. It's like crack, and it's just like crack because it's all the same. It's like, hey, first month's free, first month's free. That's just you telling me that I'm going to become addicted after a month. Like, I don't need that. I got enough problems in my life.
It's true. You do have enough problems in your life. You're pretty stupid.
Ow.
Yeah, vitamin water. So there was a game that I just played. I don't know how many of you have heard of it.
Mm-hmm.
This Portal 2, I think, is what it's called. I wanted to go off on a little rant on Portal 2. You can go ahead and get it. I Am Retarded, the Star Wars game. It's going to be decent. I have issues with the all voice thing. And some of the decisions I've seen them make and talk about in the press makes me believe that they really don't know what they're doing when it comes to a really good MMO. They're trying to make it a single player, more like Mass Effect experience in an MMO world, and that doesn't appeal to me because I would either play Mass Effect or Bioshock or something, or play an MMO like WoW or EVE or Rift or whatever it is. So Portal 2. I fucking love Portal 2. Now, I haven't finished it yet, so it could turn to shit, but from what I hear, it's good the whole way through. The thing I have a problem with is, people are calling this marketing thing they did an augmented reality game. So they did this thing where like you could play the other games on Steam. There was a whole bunch of indie games.
Yeah.
And as you did stuff in the game, you unlocked whatever. You collect potatoes in the potato game, and it sped up the time that the game would release.
Mm-hmm.
and I think it turned out to be like 3 hours. It released 3 hours early because everyone was doing all this stuff.
That's odd.
Well, I thought it was a cool idea.
It's a cool idea. It's just weird.
A, for Valve to make a little more money by selling these indie games, but B, to allow these indie games to get exposure that they wouldn't have got. There's a lot of people that would never have bought those games had it not been tied to this event. But complaining about it is fucking ridiculous, right? Because you didn't have to participate. If you bought the game, you were still getting it at the time they agreed that they were going to give it to you, which was like midnight Pacific time or whenever you bought it at retail. So why the fuck are you complaining with it? Like, someone says it was 12 hours, not 3. I don't give a shit. There's nothing to complain about. And the second thing people were complaining about was like it was too short. People were claiming they finished the game in 2 hours. Go fuck yourself. There's no fucking way you could complete it in 2 hours. The load screens take more than 2 hours.
That's not really a ringing endorsement.
It's really not. But
Here, changing the subject just because
Gitra Kid?
Gitra Kid wants to know which version of Batman is my favorite.
Are you talking about which character? Like Bruce Wayne Batman?
I don't
Dick
know.
Grayson Batman? Like, what are we talking about? Or which writer?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to even say writers. I guess more. But I think my favorite version of Batman is probably Batman. What is it? Cataclysm, when all of Gotham is destroyed in that earthquake. I like that Batman the best.
I'm gonna go with Michael Keaton Batman.
Oh no! You know what? No. Okay, here's a good version of Batman that I really like. The one it was recently. It's Batman Goes Nuts. It's like it's gibberish. It's Ra's blah ga Batman. You find out if Batman has his personality erased and he forgets who he is. He's installed a backup personality of Batman in himself. And that's just the baddest ass Batman. And he doesn't have any gadgets or anything. He just finds things on the street, so he's just beating the shit out of people with baseball bats.
So he's like Batman MacGyver
kind of. He's more like Rorschach Batman.
Huh.
It's really cool. That's in what is it? Batman R.I.P.
Blimey's calling her favorite Batman the Val Kilmer Batman.
The Val Kilmer Batman? Really?
See, if I were going to pick a Val Kilmer movie, I would pick...
Willow.
No.
What was wrong with Willow?
No. Oh. No, the Saint.
Willow was better than that.
No.
Mad Mardigan.
Who cares about Mad Mardigan?
He was the greatest sword fighter. He was the greatest sword fighter.
Of all time? Really?
Of all time.
You're really going to... The best sword fighter of all time.
That was his title. It was in his title.
That doesn't mean shit.
Did you see him using swords?
Jockster the Mighty is not mighty.
Mm-hmm. I don't even know who that is.
From Xena? Isn't it Jockster?
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's true. Jeez, you're a nerd.
What? We just did a Nerd Wars on it not that long ago.
But you remember the secondary characters that weren't even introduced until like season 3?
Jockster's a primary character through many seasons.
Okay, alright, whatever.
Star Wars Kid is the best sword fighter. You lose.
Star Wars Kid is so not the best sword fighter. I show that video in ESL classes when I'm like, okay, so what do you think's wrong with America? When we do that debate, I always play that at the end. I'm like, look at that.
Really?
And then I convince them that it's me.
Have you showed them that Korean guy cursing?
No, I haven't.
That class video where he's going, "You son of a bitch."
No, that's like my classes.
You need to watch this because it's a Korean teacher teaching English to Korean people.
Yeah.
And so you hear him going, "You son of a bitch," in like an Italian-ish accent, but with a Korean accent attached to it. It's awesome. Ichigo Kurosaki is the best sword fighter. Yeah, okay. Comment.
Oh, actually, that's probably cool.
List who you think the best sword fighter is in the live chat, and we'll read off a couple of them in a couple minutes.
All right. You know what we'll do? We'll read off the list of the best sword fighters, and then I'll tell you the real answer. Because I know it.
You don't know the real answer.
I do know the real answer.
No.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Here's a question. So I just I watched Guy Ritchie's Sherlock Holmes.
Okay, the new Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah.
Okay, with Robert Downey Jr.?
With Robert Downey Jr., yeah. And I was thinking...
Yes, they're gay.
That's not what I was wondering about. I've known that because you keep jacking off to them.
It's hot.
But the new Guy Ritchie It's much edgier than a lot of the other Sherlock Holmes. You gotta ignore the comments for a minute.
Alright.
But it feels like the young Sherlock Holmes movie, way
Way back
10
in the
years
day
ago
when they
or
were
whatever.
hallucinating.
Yeah.
That one guy thought all the cakes were
Well,
gonna
and
kill him.
the window,
Yeah.
stained glass window,
Mhm.
his first CG character, fully CG character in a movie.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
made by ILM. Anyway, did you like that movie, the young Sherlock Holmes movie back in the
I
day?
did like the movie, but I thought it was a lot more psychedelic than I would have had.
Drug trippy.
Yeah, than I would have had a Sherlock Holmes movie, especially a young Sherlock Holmes movie. Those kids are doing a lot of drugs for
'Cause
young kids.
When I was watching the new one, there was like a little director's commentary thing on HBO, and they wanted to go back edgier. And as soon as he said that, I thought of the young Sherlock Holmes movie and was reminiscing fondly about the movie.
I don't know, it was an alright movie. I'll smoke a J and watch that every once in a while.
Okay, so let's read Best Sword Fighters.
Best sword fighters.
Get your kids at Afro Samurai.
We also have Samurai Jack
Samurai Jack in there.
from
All kinds of people.
Immortal Humor.
Jordy said Stephen Hawking.
Stephen Hawking, which is unusual because that guy is a really good sword fighter.
It's just he doesn't like to show his powers very often.
He doesn't. He's a lazy shit just sitting in that chair.
Elton John.
Elton John, well, if he's good with his wiener.
If you're gonna add him, you might as well add George Michael in there
George Michael's pretty good.
with his.
I'd
sword.
watch them fighting. But
See, drink.
but
Adam in the men's washroom. That's a good one too.
Adam in the men's washroom. That's true. I have had a sword fight there. But I would say best sword fighter, hero protagonist from Snow Crash.
Nah,
He's it's in his friggin' title, the world's greatest sword fighter.
I'll take it.
Hero protagonist.
I'm gonna have to go with my level 10 warrior in World of Warcraft.
Okay, first off, a level 10.
Yeah,
Yeah, hero protagonist.
he's
would beat
killed
the
many
crap
a
out of
squirrel with his sword. Inigo Montoya is a really good.
That is a good one.
A really
I like
good one.
you.
That's
who's
Blimey.
Blimey.
Blimey's got good answers. She's a nerd. She's a big nerd.
Doing good.
Colin Kegsow's back. Woo!
Hey.
Okay, we're just about to close now. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
It says we've been on like an hour, but we
I don't
haven't.
think. No, that's not.
45 minutes. 40 minutes.
True. I guess 40 minutes.
Okay. So what other topics you want to talk about? You got
Well,
any comics, movies?
Yeah, I got tons of comics. I've been going through comics
Reading like a ninja?
like freaking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read. Well, I've been on a DC kick with Batman, so I read Batman and Son, which actually Batman and Son is great.
Why are you on a DC kick?
Well, because I wanted to get into the death of Batman. You
Yeah.
know, I wanted to see how it happened and everything, and so I bought the first 3 comics before Final Crisis with just the Batman arcs, and then I bought the ones afterwards.
Well, you need to give them to me.
Yeah,
You need a loaners.
yeah. But they're Batman and Son's great. Batman and Son is really, really good. I can't wait to start reading Batman and Robin.
Yeah, that's what I have that.
But you have
On
that
my,
on your Kindle
tablet,
thing. Yeah. I'm gonna get the actual books because I love Damien. That kid.
Damien's kind of psychotic, neurotic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a cool Robin.
I would need to find out where he started because where I'm reading is kind of mid-arc. So,
I got the one where he's introduced.
like he's harassing Batgirl a lot.
Mm-hmm.
This passive-aggressive shit.
Well, yeah. Well, he hates everybody else.
Yeah, because
Like
he's a little twat.
Everybody who's not Bruce Wayne, he doesn't have time for.
Yeah, he seems like an interesting character that could be really cool
Yeah.
to read the backstory on.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's really cool.
You're gonna read now? So what else? You got Batman.
Mm.
Is that why you got into DC, or because I was forcing DC upon you because I had a bunch of DC?
Well, no, you had the Green Lantern saga.
Brightest Day, Blackest Night. Yeah.
No, because I could have stopped right there. I wanted to get into some Batman, and I knew that I wanted to get into Batman and Robin.
Batman and Green Lantern are like the only things I really
In
read
DC.
in DC.
My
regularly.
thing with DC is there's so many leaps in the books where it's just like what happened?
There,
You
yeah.
didn't tell me
Well, that's
what happened.
I started watching Batgirl, and I haven't kept up with Batman, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, Batman's dead?
Yeah, well,
Bruce
okay.
Wayne's dead?
Well, yeah. Well,
I'm like,
not-
wait, is this the time where Bane cracked his back? No. This is a different. He's
No.
really dead.
Well, like I told you,
Yeah,
at the
I
end
know.
of Final Crisis, he's in
Who knows? He's in a cave somewhere, and they're gonna find a time machine and go back and rescue him.
something like that. I don't know.
Oh, they want to know what you thought of the PSN failure. Did you even notice?
What? No.
See?
What happened?
The PSN was down for a couple days.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I haven't been anywhere near a television or video game
Well,
system.
you usually don't play online either.
No.
Yeah.
No. I still haven't played the new Dragon Age. It's driving me nuts.
Well, it's not bothering me.
I know it's not bothering
So
you.
I don't have to hear about it.
But I don't have any time to play it. Well, yeah, but it's just going to eat up too much of my time. It sucks.
Well,
I hate having things to do.
they want you to bring out the Zangief puppet, but it's at your house.
Yeah, it's at my house. I didn't bring my puppets.
We can't really bring him out.
He's still dressed like Zangief though. Like all of those Street Fighter puppets are still dressed like the
Hopefully,
characters.
we were just talking about this today. You doing more animal trash?
Yeah.
It's been a time problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I was hoping that I suggested this to Adam. I could write a couple scripts and edit the ones that I write. That way, the only time is the shooting. So maybe we'll be able to do something like that where
we can get it together. Because there's gonna be animal trash on next week. There's gonna be.
Yeah, we'll have more animal trash. Some of it will be older, but there's the continuation of the Blender episode.
Yep, the whole Workman's Comp episode.
I didn't name it Workman's Comp, so a lot of people don't know that it's like Workman's Comp.
Well, you're gonna find out next week why it's called Workman's Comp. It's because Rudolph actually gets Workman's Comp for ripping his arm off in the blender during his TV show, and that leads to Bob and Proto, two other characters, deciding that they need to try and get Workman's Comp.
Yeah.
And then that's basically 5 more episodes is them trying to get that Workman's Comp.
I figured it'd be better to have a more provocative title, like the margarita thing.
Yeah.
Just because it might get more people like margarita recipe, and then they'd see it and
Well,
enjoy it. What about Nerd Wars? We probably won't have Nerd Wars this week. We will probably shoot a bunch next week, but we need suggestions. We'll probably just do Animal Trash Monday or Tuesday, and then another podcast next weekend at some point, and then the following week we'll have our normal Nerd Wars episodes, hopefully.
Yeah.
So put suggestions.
Yeah, we'd love any suggestions that you have. You know, because Jeff hates most of my suggestions.
For Nerd? What are you talking about?
Well, I have stupid ones. They're things like, what about the Smurfs versus the Snorks, but it's in a swamp, so it's even ground.
I like those for the live interviews.
Well, yeah, for the live interviews.
Like, I really liked one of the ones you suggested.
See how much you loved it?
No, I can't remember, because it was like a month ago almost now.
I don't remember anything.
Well, yeah, you couldn't even remember you being a dick. See, Adam's reading the text again. Do you like Minecraft? Someone asked. I have a hard time paying for it, so I didn't get it. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have a backlog of games, so I don't have the time. Nova versus Green Lantern. Do you like that one?
Nova versus Green Lantern? Yeah, that could be an alright fight.
Van Wilder. Ryan Reynolds from Van Wilder versus Ryan Reynolds and Green Lantern. I like that one.
Van Wilder versus Green Lantern? Everybody knows Van Wilder would win.
Yeah. Marcus Phoenix versus Master Chief, I saw as a suggestion. Mr. Fantastic versus Elastic Man. That's not a bad one.
That's totally dead even. It's not dead even. Mr. Fantastic would win because he's smarter.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What? Why not?
Mr. Fantastic would win because he's smarter.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Versus Mr. Elastic? Mr. Elastic can turn into things.
Popeye versus Darth Vader. The Force doesn't have shit on spinach. That's a good one. That's from Puke Face 16. Sounds like something that would come out of a Puke Face.
It does.
Godzilla versus the Smurfs from Young Killa. We got all kinds of good suggestions.
See, I think the Smurfs would win that one. Because in comparison, they're so small, they're like germs. So they could get into his bloodstream. Just like a cancer. Eat him out from the inside.
That's true. I'm just going to go with the Smurfs because they have shroom powers.
They do live in shrooms. Chuck Norris versus Vin Diesel. I think we should put them in a steel cage and then set the arena on fire. And that way
Let's
we
do
never
a
have
Nerd
to
Wars
have either
about
of
it.
them.
Oh.
We could do that. Can you believe they're making another Fast and the Furious movie?
Yes.
I swear to God.
I don't know who's seeing them.
Who's watching them?
Like, I only watch them when they happen to be on USA. And
I haven't talked to anybody who's seen after number 2.
2, yeah.
I know people that know number 3 is called Tokyo Drift, but
never
it's
saw
a
it.
joke.
Yeah.
Like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
It's not because they watched it.
We have 73 people watching right now. What the fuck?
That's pretty impressive.
I would never have suspected it.
Hitler versus Naruto.
That's.
Hitler didn't even have ninja powers.
You don't want to say who suggested that because.
We don't?
Yeah.
Why not? Do we know him?
I don't know, but you should say the name.
Zawana
X.
Zawana X.
Blimey said apparently it's the 5th sequel. They didn't know she was past 3. The guy in number 3 comes back even though he died. It's like turning into a comic book. You know what I mean? Like pretty soon Vin Diesel's going to find himself in a cave.
Well, my thing, it's guys driving cars.
Meeting Triple X. And you're
that
like,
would be
what?
awesome.
I would see another Triple X movie if
there was a movie where Triple X met whatever he is from Riddick.
Oh, Riddick,
and then the pacifier and the Fast and Furious guy, and they had to do a 4-person buddy heist movie.
I gotta go watch Pitch Black again.
Really? Did you like Pitch Black?
Yeah.
Pitch Black was okay. I didn't like Chronicles of Riddick. I think we've talked about it.
Yeah, we have. But I was thinking I'd like to see it. We're reading comments for those on the thing. We can't read and talk at the same time. RoboCop versus the Joker.
That's a weird matchup.
What about RoboCop versus like a Transformer or the Terminator?
RoboCop versus the Terminator? That was a video game.
Yeah, but it's a video game.
Mm-hmm. I would.
Do you think the Alien versus Predator argument was settled by the video game?
I think so.
I don't.
And
think
the comic books and movies.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
One on
one, the Predator wins. Groups, aliens win.
I don't think that's true.
I just told you the truth right now.
What about the Queen versus
the who?
The Queen alien versus the Predator.
Versus one Predator?
Yeah, versus one Predator.
I'd say that one Predator would win.
That's kind of gay.
Well, that's the truth about it.
Jeez. Whatever. Okay, so what about porn star versus Jesus or poor star? Am I missing something?
I don't know who poor
I
star.
probably shouldn't read things I know nothing about.
Yeah. Hulk versus Bane, the Hulk would win.
Hulk. We should do that.
The Hulk would destroy Bane.
We should do it. Let's do it. I'll do Bane, you do the Hulk.
All right. That's an easy one.
We'll do one. Maybe we'll do. Luckily, these get saved in the live feed, so we'll see all of them, even if we're missing yours right now. But maybe we'll do one like we did before, where we do 5 minutes, and we'll do like 3 really quick Nerd Wars for like Hulk versus Bane, where you think there's an obvious winner, and then we'll do a couple that are longer. RoboCop versus Batman might be a good one.
RoboCop versus Batman, I could see.
You guys are full of awesome suggestions, so keep posting them.
I love this. Necro Armor Link is just writing Deathlock.
Over and over again?
Well, no, he hasn't written over and over again. I'm just surprised that anybody remembers Deathlock. Way to go. You're a nerd.
Yeah, but you know him.
Oh, I
know the name.
I used to have his Marvel cards.
I know the name, but I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, he was.
Who he was.
It was like an old man cyborg, bounty hunter-ish superhero from Marvel. Yeah, Deathlock. Who knew? Like that's amazing.
Man, yes, he's the goddamn Batman. Okay, so you need to watch this. We'll do it. But there was a really awesome Jimmy Fallon parody of the Rebecca Black Friday video.
Oh yeah.
You saw the Rebecca Black video. I made you watch it. Yeah.
It's annoying.
If you haven't seen it, go look it up because it's awesome. He's got all kinds of people involved, and the Roots are playing the background music. It's pretty pimp.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say.
Okay. Well, talking about pretty pimp TV entertainment, I've been watching The Office. Have you been watching that? and they're gonna have Will Ferrell. It looks like replace.
Yeah, I was curious if that's going to be like a permanent thing, or is that just kind of to wrap up the Michael Scott storyline?
It feels like they're making it permanent. They keep saying like, oh, you're gonna be here every year and everything, and he's really funny.
It totally changes the mood.
It totally changes the mood, but it fits. It
Yeah.
fits perfectly. He's a totally different type of boss, but he's really funny. Like, I can't help but love Will Ferrell.
Oh, did you celebrate 420 or did you hide from 420?
Well, I had to work all day on 420, but the funny thing was on 420, somebody gave me a bag of popcorn that apparently was magical popcorn, and so I ate it.
Magical.
Yeah, I ate it before one of my lessons, and I'm just like, this popcorn tastes funny. 20 minutes later, me and the guy that ate a little bit with me are just like, shit, like just baked.
Who realized first?
He did. He was a lot worse off than me. Like I could handle it all right, but I was definitely like, I'm kind of swimming.
I got it. Yeah. So I hid from 420.
Yeah, why?
I just already at like 3 o'clock when I went for like coffee. There were just people like totally stoned walking. It was like a zombie town.
That's awesome.
But I'm just like, I just go sit in home and drink something.
You should have gotten a doob.
It's just not my thing, not my bag. Although I want to get a pot card just to exercise my right to have one.
There you go.
Yeah, and a concealed weapons permit.
just in case.
Just
I think if you get them both together, it's kind of frowned upon.
I wasn't gonna get them. I was gonna get concealed weapons permit first, and then the pot card, and not carry them around at the same time.
Yeah, that's probably a bad idea to carry a bunch of pot and a gun.
Considering he goes to a college full of stoners, here's a question: what college isn't full of stoners? Did you go? You went. You got like a history degree.
No, I got an English literature focused in post-colonial theory.
That I'm sure that degree didn't have any politics in it.
I can't remember much of college, but I'm
gonna say yes.
I'm gonna say yes. I don't think I've ever been to a school that did. I think maybe RIT doesn't have many.
Someone said Yale. There's some stoners.
There's a lot of stoners at Yale. But I think RIT when I was
my wife who went to Yale is nodding and thumbs upping from the other room. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of goes with college.
Yeah, or cereal.
Unless it's like a Mormon college.
It also goes with cereal and cartoons and comic books and video games and alcohol. Pot goes with pretty much everything. Is the wonderful thing about marijuana.
People are asking BlizzCon versus Comic-Con. So this is my thing with the conventions is the BlizzCon is very much more of like a social thing.
Mm.
There are talks, but there's not a lot of stuff going on. It's pretty much focused on the games, 2-3 games that they're talking about, and people are chatting a lot and doing their things with the games. Comic-Con is very much more like overload. Like, you could get lost and not have a single social interaction. I mean, you obviously bump into people, but you just...
Yeah, all of your interactions.
You could be entertained the entire time without ever really...
having to actually have a real conversation.
Short of like 450.
Yeah. Yeah, short of the exchange of money and saying excuse me once in a while.
Yeah.
You don't ever have to talk to anybody. I don't know. You know, my thing with Comic-Con, it's just, there's just... In a sense, there's just too much.
Too much, yeah.
It's like I'm there about comic books, and I got to walk through the whole the AMC channels, just bombardment of new TV shows all over the place, and it's like I just trying to get to the 75% off stack.
Someone asked which has the hottest chicks, and I'm gonna have to go with Comic-Con, but not because there aren't hot chicks at BlizzCon, just. They tend to have a lot of like celebrities and models at Comic-Con, which ups the hot chick factor.
Well, the costumes.
It's a lot more cosplay.
Yeah, the costumes at BlizzCon too. I mean,
at
they're not as
BlizzCon.
Well, at Comic-Con you just have tits hanging out and a butt hanging out of the back.
Yes.
At BlizzCon, there's usually like, Oh, I have armor.
The night elves can be kind of sexy, but for the
They can be
most
kind of
part,
sexy, but they cover up usually.
yeah, it's not nearly as provocative as the Comic-Con cosplay or the WonderCon cosplay. So I kind of want to wrap it up. Any final thoughts before we go? Does anyone want to get some last comments in real quick? That
you were talking to them. Yeah.
Well, you too.
Any quick questions you got for us? We'd love to hear them. We'll very quickly read them. Well, Jeff will read them because I'm kind of dyslexic, so it's not really working out for me.
But someone asked, did we play Magic cards? We talked about before. I used to play Magic. I don't anymore.
I used to play it as a drinking game once in a while if I was really drunk.
Why are you so awesome? Maybe we'll end on that.
Okay, I'm going to assume that's directed to me.
That's from Corvette Boy 59.
Well, thank you, Corvette Boy. I think I was born awesome, but it might have been that magic ring I found in that crater. Mm-hmm. And when I put it on...
If you try and touch it, he just keeps yelling, "My precious." It's really bizarre.
Well, I don't really yell. I flinch, and I get really embarrassed. But it is a cock ring. And I've tried to explain to Jeff numerous times that it's stuck. It's just don't try and get it off.
So I'm awesome because I'm just cooler than Adam, and I eat a lot less dick. But someone asked, whose beard's more awesome? And I'm going to have to go with yours because you're the only one with a beard, technically.
Yeah, he's got a goatee.
And this follow-up question by somebody was, would you ever do mutton chops? No. From me, no.
No, my brother has mutton chops. I like the full beard. I'm going to answer a question somebody had. They're asking how to make magic popcorn. So... basically, you have to make pot butter. So you either get butter or oil, put it at a low simmer, add your marijuana, leave it in there, stir it regularly, low simmer for at least 30 minutes, the longer the better. Filter out all of the marijuana so all of just the oil comes out. That'll have all your THC. Make your popcorn, put it in, mix it up, boom. You can also use that oil for anything, or the butter for anything. It's called pot butter. You can also just buy pot butter.
Yeah, well, if you're in a place that has access to that kind of thing.
Yeah, or if you know hippies.
And Blimey had one thing too. She said to you, thank you for sticking up for Canadians in Poland in the Drunk Podcast. I want to say I'm still mad at Poland for that mass exodus from our channel. Until they return, I'm still pissed off at them. And then for the Canadians... You're fine. I never really had an issue with Canada.
Why does somebody think I hate Holland?
It's not you that hates Holland. It's Ryan that hates Holland.
Oh. See, why does everybody think all the fat bearded guys with glasses look the same? We do look a lot alike.
You do
now
look
that I
a
said
lot
all
alike.
the things out loud.
And when you were both drunk and everyone else was drinking, then you can kind of see how you two would really start looking.
Yeah. I need to wear an eye patch or something.
Yeah. Well, we are going to do I assume the Drunk Podcast will return at some point. It takes us a while to recover from it.
God, I felt like shit.
We will be doing these live podcasts and, posting the archive and whatever online once a week, hopefully. We might do different times because we record these randomly, either on a weekend or during the weekday.
Yeah, whenever we get the time.
But we'll post it on facebook.wackygamer.com, and on the live event will be scheduled at least 2 days ahead of time, so you'll know. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.
I love you, Holland.
Fuck Holland.
Oh, come on.